Hi Geminis, welcome to your January 2018 readings. Almost said 2017. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're all doing good. I'm feeling a pretty bubbly energy for you guys. I keep seeing a mirror though, and I'm not sure how to interpret that message, you guys. Hopefully that means something to somebody, or maybe further along in the reading it'll come clear through. I am seeing a mirror though. I'm not seeing an image of anybody in the mirror, but there's a shadow. So this may be, okay, well, a shadow is usually, you guys are seeing the whole Sag and Mercury thinking process happening here, people. It's definitely not an energy where they think inside the head. It happens live. Seeing a mirror in a shadow is kind of like, okay, well, the shadow has to do with self, right? Like, because if you, like, when you're walking and you see your shadow, I don't think you're scared of your shadow. Because the mirror's there, it's like there's this false image you have of yourself when you look in the mirror. And I'm not sure what it's referring to. It's like, it could be either saying that you're too image obsessed, where it's like you're too concerned about your looks and you're beautiful, so you have nothing to be concerned about. Okay, because if society's putting these unrealistic expectations and you're one of these women that are actually listening to these things or these false illusions that you're seeing out there in the public eye, and you know, like body image and stuff like that, you shouldn't be concerned about those things. Like, you're a beautiful soul and a beautiful person. So and not everything you see and hear is true. A lot of that stuff is fake. All right, like a lot of the images you see of women out there, they're fake. Okay, like a lot of these perfect bodies that you see, even young girls that do it on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. Okay, there's positions you can do to make the body look a lot better than what it actually is. It's not real. A lot of them, people can do editing and stuff like that. You need to be comfortable with yourself because you're beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, like, men walk around all day without wearing makeup and they feel perfectly fine and confident in who they are. So there's no reason why women can't do the same thing. The only reason why women don't do that and don't feel confident and comfortable is because of this whole image that society has placed upon them. So, like, don't care about what other people, I don't even think you care about. It's like you're not satisfied with what you see in the mirror, and if that's the case, then there's a problem. I don't think it's for everybody. It could be just a select one or two. Maybe you know somebody that's like that. My heart's breaking a little bit there. You know, my throat got a little choked up. The cards don't seem to want to, the energies don't want to break here. There we go. You shouldn't be concerned though at all about what the exterior looks like. It's all about the interior. And I mean, you're a Gemini, so you're good looking. The Lover's card's your card. You know what I mean? Like, so for the first card we got is the Hierophant. And this is tradition. It could even be stereotypes like we were just talking about, all right? Like seeing through that illusion, okay? You could see a woman that's like on an image and her body's all like really curvy and stuff like that because of the position she's in. But then if you caught you've seen her up close or one-on-one, or they took just a regular photo of her standing, she could be really, like, her body could be really square and flat, you know? Like, so don't be fooled by what you see out there, okay? Like, you got to be confident in who you are as an individual. You don't need all of that crap on you. You're beautiful. You have the Two of Wands here. You have the Five of Swords. Ooh. That card's got such a bad rep, man. Okay, the Five of Swords means you're going to be victorious over your opponents, all right? It's coming through in your home. I don't want to think anybody at home's your opponent, you know, but it's like if you're having issues with your children, you'll get over that. You're having issues with people at work, okay? It's not saying to get involved in any arguments with people or backlash them, okay? You take the higher road, okay? Because if you're getting like this bickering challenge with people, you're giving them what they want. Somebody could try to gaslight you, and then you're giving them what you want. You're emotionally going to get off balance, and it's going to affect you, right? If a narcissist gaslights you, it usually backfires on you. Like, it's that you end up looking like the one that was in the wrong when it was really them. So you want to ensure that you're not communicating. It is going to come out as communication to get even with somebody, right? Because then this person has intent behind it. So if you communicate back to them, you'd be giving them exactly what they wanted. So there's the warning of that. Okay, but with the Five of Swords, this isn't talking about defeat or underhanded tactics or anything like that. Okay, let's try to break that stereotype here. I get tired of going over this card over and over again with people, but you know, it's, if you can see in the card, okay, in the Rider-Waite deck, it's the same kind of concept. He's out in the open, okay, it is a Venus and Aquarius card. He's out in the open. You can see two guys here, right? There's 3 swords, all right? This guy's got both swords and the third one there. Okay, if you look, these guys have got more royal colors on. It's the same thing in the Rider-Waite deck. It's the same concept, except in that deck, they're in a stadium, so it's in the public. Everybody can see it. Everybody can hear it. There's nothing that's hidden, all right? What happens, the only negative aspect of this card is if there's conceitedness, this is the downfall of this card. It's like you will lose if you are conceited. That's how you lose, okay? This guy won. Nobody got injured. Okay, everybody's like, it's the underhanded tactic. Oh, you know, people get hurt. Well, okay, look in the card. Does anybody look hurt? The guy's got both swords. All right? The only thing that got hurt here is ego and pride. These two are walking around. They're walking away in shame. It was 2 against 1. All right? And they couldn't defeat him. He was the underdog. They got royal colors on in the Rider-Waite deck. They have red and purple robes, I think, which is significant to being a royal, being in the raised in a castle and stuff like that. And this guy here is lower privileged, so he's like, if we're going back in the day, metaphorically speaking, or as an analogy, he would be a pilgrim. But just because he was a pilgrim doesn't mean that he couldn't go and get books and study from, you know, all the greatest minds and stuff like that. He just did it at home. And the other ones did it because they had to do it, right? So they felt like they were superior. Well, then, that's okay. The Aquarius energy is the unexpected, but it's also ruled by Saturn, so it knows the rules, all right? It doesn't break the rules. It comes in a very unexpected way, and it knocks everybody down a peg. It's the number of change, okay? It comes in because change needed to happen, all right? Like nothing, it's these two people were not compromising. All right, somebody was going to get hurt. This guy came in and took away the knives from these two, like, hey, somebody's going to get hurt here. And these two were all like, oh, like, screw that. Let's battle it out here. And this guy's like, hey, somebody's going to get hurt. We can handle this another way. These two people were all like, no, they didn't, there was no compromising. And then this dude comes in and he, like, takes their swords down, prevents them from getting hurt. Nobody got hurt. It's the ego and pride. That's it. All right? The ego and pride gets hurt when there's conceitedness involved. So ensure that, you're not being conceited. This is a card that comes in to show that, what's that? To show that it's like the student-teacher card, okay? Like it's in between. Like, it's 5, it's change, okay? And in order to change, you got to be flexible, all right? But you have to be willing to learn, all right? And the student sometimes fails as well. They don't just pass all the time. They got to study to pass, right? And if they don't study, they will fail. And majority, some students are good in some areas and they're a little bad in other areas. I can contest to that because, you know, I'm studying right now. I'm pretty tired. And the way I study, my methods, you know, they may not be the same methods as other people's. This is a card where you'll be victorious over your I don't want to, for some of you it is competitors. But it's like it's what I'm getting is like, okay, you've done the work necessary. You're this guy. You've done the work necessary. Okay, you've gained the knowledge and the wisdom and you went out and voluntarily got it. So this is like you did the work yourself. Okay, these people in the back, they only did it because, you know, they thought it would give them rewards is what I'm getting. It's like glory. These people in the back are after glory, where this guy here is not, all right? Like, he didn't learn what he learned for the sake of learning it. You know, this is like the card of like working for the people is what I got. It's weird because I got a Leo energy too, okay? Well, Leo and Aquarius, this is an Aquarius card. That's like King Arthur and Merlin. They have journeys that they have to go on. So, I don't know, Gemini, you could have some Leo in your chart. And this is like the sword of truth, you know? Like, because King Arthur pulled out that sword and he could only pull it out because his heart was pure, all right? So, it's like, Gemini, I feel like you're in the right here, all right? You do have some people around you that are quite conceited, but at no point, it's like the cards are saying you like don't match their level. Don't start doing what they're doing. Continue to be you. Your mental capacity, your mental capacity, the things you know, your communication skills, like you just being you is going to prove them wrong. Okay, so don't worry. You have great knowledge and wisdom. It doesn't surprise me. You're a Gemini, right? Like. The teacher too, right? In order for you to be a teacher though, you have to be a student, okay? So like coming in your relationships, you could have a grandfather. It's interesting, you have this card here, it's like Merlin. I'm such a nerd. Because, you know, like Merlin talks to the dragon. If you guys have ever seen the show Merlin, if you haven't, definitely watch it, people. It's like he's like people, you got knowledge and wisdom behind you. Some of you are old souls. Some of you could get an offer from an older gentleman. I'm also seeing farms. Farming with animals on it. I'm not sure what kind of animals it is. You have the Nine of Pentacles. It's weird. I'm getting farms though. Some of you, you know, like on your leisure time, if you're in hotter weather, like California or, you know, wherever else it's hot, Jamaica. I'm just naming places I'd like to be right now. It's cold where I am. You might want to find a tree and read a book underneath there. Some of you are writers. You could write a pretty magical book. But some of you, you got like some knowledge and wisdom behind you. You're teaching others. I am concerned that you do have, it's coming through as two people that are wolves in sheep's clothing here. You do have a Sag Taurus energy around you. The energies I got are Sag Taurus, Aquarius, could even be an Aries energy. Aries season could have, I don't get an Aries person around you, but what I do get is an Aries energy. And Aries season can be quite important to you, or some sort of cosmic event that's going to happen in an Aries time frame. Something to do with Aries. And you got Sag here. And you have Jupiter Capricorn. You have the Queen of Cups. So when I picked up this card, it could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Not necessarily. I deal with energies, okay? It doesn't have to be their sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or they could have multiple planets that sit in one of the houses, so they come off as one of those characters. But what I got with this card is I got a seer. Okay. So there is a seer around you, and it's actually funny. Like, she sees through everybody else's manipulations. Like, she can see through the people's manipulations. It's funny. The seer is what I just heard. Okay. Here's the thing with seers. Everybody's like, ooh, I can see. I can, you know, like, I know a seer, or, you know. Okay, here's the thing with seers, though. Seers can see right through the core of you. They see your potential, your path, and everything you're supposed to be on. The only person who should lie to a seer is God. If God existed, whatever God that is. Okay, like, and I'm not, you know, here to judge anybody, whatever you believe in, or the universe. Okay, like, and even they would be naive to lie to a seer. Because a true seer, okay, can see right through you. And they know you better than you know yourself. Like, so there is one woman around who can see through everything. And some of you even have this in you. Like, you can, there are going to be times where you're going to see right through everybody's BS. And that's no surprise, okay? As Sag's partner sign, you're both pretty good at doing that. This is also the energy that calls people out on their BS, though. Okay, this is an energy as well that will, it comes in, it is change, it's necessary, right? People don't like to see this card, but it's necessary, and it's positive when it comes up. The only way it's negative is if the person, it's negative for the people experiencing it on the other end of it. Sucks to be them. It's good to be you, though, because you're the victorious one, okay? Like, you don't have to do anything to prove these people wrong except be yourself. Do not get wrapped up into anything emotional-wise. There could be some gaslighters out there. Do not bend to the will of other people as well. You're building a firm foundation. I feel like for some of you Geminis, you're going to be able to see through people's past wounds and hurts, right? Like, you need to heal, help them heal, so be emotionally open with them. And then for others of you, I feel like, okay, if you're like trying to reach some goal on your own business and you're unable to progress and get there, it would be due to emotions being off balance. Okay, there's a few things that are coming through now. One, it's because you're too concerned about reaching your, can't do things for finances, okay? It has to come from your emotion. Like, it has to be nurturing and beneficial, and there has to be growth. And it has to be for the highest and greatest good of all involved. Okay, it's Aquarius. That's what Aquarius comes in to do. It's humanitarian. Okay, this is, again, I lost my track of thought there. No surprise. But this is an energy that will come in if there's bullies and stuff like that happening. This energy is no holds bars at all. They're pretty stupid. They'll go after 5 people at once. It'll be one person, but if it's a group of bullies, this person will go after them. They will bully the bully. It's not saying for you to bully the bully here. It's saying that if there is like negative behavior going around, and I feel like there may be, I'm not sure how this is happening. It's general. I'm just getting an energy here, so I'm picking it up. There's a seer who can see through it all. Okay, and from what she sees that it's emotionally harming people. So somebody's projecting their own inner fears and wounds, their past experiences. They're projecting that outwardly, and it's inflicting pain upon people somehow. It's affecting their family foundation in their material realm. You may have a skill that can benefit these people and help them heal, because you can see through it, and you can be emotionally nurturing and supportive towards these people. These people need to heal, and they're getting somebody brought into their life that's harming them and hurting their foundation. And somehow you can correct that, is what I'm getting. And then for some of you, it's mother. Your mother has some sort of importance to you. You could, if you're off and feeling really down, your emotions are off, or you're feeling like defeated and stuff like that, your mother is picking up on that energy. So your mom might call you quite often. She might not be saying anything to you. She may be like maybe playing it off like she needs your help and stuff like that. But it's because she's concerned about you. Sorry guys, I'm a little thirsty. Work is looking really good. You have a decision to make here, okay? Again, your decision at work, you could be drawn into some conflict. You want to avoid that. If people are like coming and attacking you or going after you, one, you want to reflect on it, okay? One or two people could have an ounce of truth in there. I'm saying an ounce of truth, you know. It's, I mean, as long as you're reflecting on things, that means that you're open-minded and you're aware, and you're usually not. You're usually not doing what the people are telling you you're doing if you've reflected on it. It's like, okay, if you're studying narcissism and you're like, am I a narcissist? If you're asking yourself if you're a narcissist and then going through all of the steps and all of the different requirements that it takes to be a narcissist, and you're analyzing yourself, do I have those? You're not the narcissist. A narcissist wouldn't do that, okay? If you've made a mistake and you're like, you know, if you've done something and you're all like, am I the guilty party? And then you're going through all of the steps, and Gemini would do this, you know, like as a few other signs would too. And you're wondering, like, was I in the wrong? You're probably not in the wrong. You could have, and you're admitting it, that, you know, hey, pat yourself on the back. That's pretty big of you. But if you're asking yourself the questions, you're usually not, you know, you're usually not the one that, I don't know what just happened there. Computer's doing some funny stuff. You're usually not the one that's guilty, right? Like, because you're analyzing, you're open-minded, you're willing to take responsibility and analyze if you're responsible for it. It's usually the one who's not. He's usually the one that's pointing the finger. You have to be emotionally balanced at your work. I am concerned about some people trying to gaslight you or trying to rumors. You'll see through it all. You'll know it all. I do feel like you're in two minds about a Taurus. And I'm not sure if you're attached to a Taurus. You're in two minds about if it is a Taurus. I feel like you feel like this Taurus is like off balance somehow. And then for others of you, if you have Taurus in your chart, it's saying, well then, okay, if the Taurus is in your chart, that Taurus energy you have in your chart may be preventing you from moving forward. Like, it's keeping you, like, you may be getting a little stubborn about something that you shouldn't be stubborn about. So in that case, I will say that the Five of Swords comes up as in, don't shoot yourself in the foot here, okay? Don't be too stubborn, all right? Like, try to see, because it is the Seer card, try to, like, foresee the outcome. If you do, because in some cases you may have to be stubborn. You may have to be firm, like a Taurus. And in other cases, it could be saying you're being too firm. So you want to try to see the outcome. You want to try to see, like, foresee, if I stick to my guns, what are the possible outcomes that will happen? If I don't stick to my guns, what will be the possible outcomes that will happen from that? And then like kind of weigh that up a little bit to, you know, see what side of the scale you're on there. Okay, so Jupiter in Capricorn time seems to be very beneficial for you guys. It's going to be quite abundant for you. You're going to get new opportunities, new sparks, and new ideas. Some of you could even be writers, bloggers, critics. There's an importance of a Virgo energy in here too. You got a lot of specific energies in here. You have some ties to a Leo, Virgo, Aquarius, Sag, Taurus energies. The energies are going to be beneficial to you. We do have Sag Mercury happening right now. We also have Jupiter in Scorpio. We do have Jupiter in Capricorn. This is a Jupiter Capricorn card. It seems like it's going to be a very beneficial time for you guys. It's a very good time. This whole Jupiter Capricorn transit is a very good time for you guys to get down and grounded. I do feel like some of you guys are going to be finalizing divorces even. You have a decision to finalize a divorce. It will happen. Don't worry about it. Assets will be divided up equally. It is saying that. If you are in the process of doing it, then you want to ensure, okay, with the Five of Swords, that is saying you want to ensure things are done fairly. This is ruled by Saturn, all right? If things aren't done appropriately, this energy usually comes in to evenly weigh things out, okay? It will, you know, like earlier saying, it will bully a bully energy. So it's like if a person thought they were getting away with that, this energy usually comes in to ensure it's, you know, the universe will drop it in. You know, we don't have control over things. Like we could try to think we do, but we don't. We have control over how we react. All right. We don't always have a control over the circumstances. I'm sure Taurus and Leo would like to think so. I've been trying to teach my sister that lesson for years, people. I think she might be getting it. I don't know, but you can't control everything. You can only control your reaction towards it, all right? How you handle it. And there's going to be an area in your life where you're going to have to handle things appropriately, all right? Like, you're going to have to come from an emotional standpoint. Some of you do have some emotional healing to do. If people are approaching you and saying that your communication is aggressive or it's negative, okay, you don't want to like attack them. I'm seeing like attack happen. You don't want to attack them, okay? You want to evaluate that. If you're not evaluating it, then there's a problem. If you are evaluating it, and then like earlier I said, you find out that, okay, that's not true, okay, because you've reflected, because I'm kind of feeling like there's an ounce of truth into something that somebody's going to say. You see my face right now. I don't want to have to say what I'm about to say. It's a okay, indicate, and it is specifically coming through. People are saying that it's coming off as aggression, that you're like, or somehow something's coming off negative. It could be because you're frozen over a little bit from a past wound. You're not healed from it, and you're not noticing it yet. You got to soften up a little bit, you guys. And you know what's great about Geminis? When you guys are soft, you're freaking fabulous, all right? Like, you're quite funny, all right? Because, I mean, when you harden, you lose your humor and your wit to you. And that's what makes, it's like the best part about Gemini. It's also when Sag starts coming into your life and getting into all sorts of trouble with you. Because here's the thing with Geminis and Sages, all right? As much as I miss my Gemini friends, I don't miss getting into trouble. Because Gemini thinks it, and I mean, Sag thinks it too, right? Like, they both think about things quite often, like, a lot, all right? They wonder about a lot. But then Gemini says it out loud, And then that confirms Sag's thoughts. And then that just they're both curious as hell. And then, you know, Sag will kind of, because Sag is the one that's fire, so they have to go through the experience. Sag will kind of look at Gemini like, okay, well, maybe we should try it, you know? Like, and then Gemini will, like, give all these possibilities and, you know, theories and stuff out, which just, like, sparks Sag's curiosity even more, and they start wondering, really? Like, then Sag goes out like an idiot and does what both Gemini and Sag were talking about, thinking about, and then comes back like, yeah, it didn't go so well, Gemini. And then Gemini will be like, well, you know, what if we did it like this or that, change something up? And then Sag is like, oh yeah, and then starts giving suggestions, which just lets Gemini go off into their own little world, wondering about things and, you know, adding to that a little more. And then there goes Sag out there doing something stupid again. Comes back and tells Gemini, and then they rehash the plan out again, and then there goes Sag again out there doing something stupid. It's hilarious to watch Gemini and Sag communicate together. Like, they get, like, Sag does a lot of stupid shit when they're with Gemini, but it's fun. It is fun. And sometimes it works out. Like, they get really good ideas. I'm just saying, sometimes it's not all good. Alright? Take it easy on your Sag friends, Geminis. They just got through a Saturn transit, okay? They might be popping back up in your life. Take it easy on them. They might be really excited too, because they feel the pressure coming off of them. So, like, before you go suggesting a trip to Egypt, you might want to research the area you're going to, you know? Like, before you and Sag just go out there and buy tickets, or... Oh, man. There's those two characters in The Office where it's kind of like, I kind of see, like, Sag and Gemini as those characters. I forget their names, where I might, if I remember, I'll post the link below. You know, in your relationship sector, it looks pretty good. You have choices here. Some of you have a decision about a commitment. It does seem like that's going to go well. You got the King of Pentacles here. I mean, seeing what not to do, and with the King of Pentacles coming up, okay, is to be, again, worried about the material realm. All right, and there's vanity here. You see how he's looking at that? And maybe that's what we were getting in the with the mirror. Don't be concerned about that stuff, because that stuff's going to hurt you, right? Because, like, we're not worried about fakeness. We're worried about realness, okay? What's in the mind? Your mind is your most valuable gift, okay? And you need to focus on the mind, getting a firm foundation in that mind of yours. Okay, and at work we have the Strength card. This is what not to do. So it's like, it's the Leo card, okay? Leos can be very overbearing at times and very controlling. We're going back to this control thing. So again, you don't want to do that. You want to go with the flow at work. You do want to listen to suggestions, ideas, and problems. Because you're a Gemini, you have constant thinking happening. You can come up with solutions. You can troubleshoot. You can problem solve. There's always, you know, like, very much like with the Sag energy, if there's a will, there's a way. Sag and Gemini are going to find those. Okay, so, like, tame that inner beast that you have, that's even to react to a comment that you hear. Okay, that person may be, okay, because you got to see things from the other perspective. That person may be going through some things. Okay, so it's like a person who's very domineering and controlling. Okay, the reason they're like that is because they don't have that over themselves. Okay, so it's an image that they try to portray outwards. All right, they really don't have that internally, so they try to maintain that in the material realm. People will always reflect their inners on the outside. Like, it's just, life is full of irony, and I mean, unless you can train yourself to see it, your passions and your emotions, they have to be aligned this month. It is saying that. And there will be sacrifices that need to be made. So you may have to sacrifice, like biting your tongue, all right? you may have to see that somebody is really wounded, and that's why they're attacking you. They're coming after you, right? Like you have to try to see things from a mature standpoint, right? Because this is the mother. It's also a mother too. I always see the water, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups as the mother-father cards, because they're the ones that nurture you. These are emotional nurturers, and those are the ones that emotionally nurture you. Okay, so if you do have problems in relationships, you may want to try to kind of reflect on what the issues that you knew growing up that your parents had. Like, what were like they could still be together. What were the problematic areas that they had? Like, was it communication? Did one always give the silent treatment? Was one always over domineering? Would one get sarcastic with the other? Did the silent, again, the silent treatment? Did one express their sadness as anger? Because you were on an outside perspective, you can tell that stuff. You may have those same patterns and you don't see it because you can't see from an inside perspective. It's you're experiencing it, right? So like it's harder for you to see it. This is a detached energy. It's Aquarius and Venus. A lot of people say like they feel just like anybody else feels. They're quite emotional. Okay, like Leo and Aquarius are both ruled by love. All right, like Leo is ruled by the heart, that's self-love. Aquarius is ruled by humanitarian love, like love as an overall, as a general for people, right? Like all different kinds of people. You have to show compassion towards yourself and to others, just saying that. Because for some of you guys, the battles that you're having are not on the outside, they're on the inside, and until you can handle those battles on the inside, you're not going to be able to like materially manifest what you want. Okay, and then we have the Devil card, so that's a feeling of entrapment. All right, and it's saying at home what not to do is to feel like you're entrapped, or like you want to be aware of not being addicted to stuff. So, and like addictions come in many forms, right? It could be somebody who watches a lot of YouTube all day, or watches a lot of TV all day, or smoking, or somebody who's image obsessed, even, like they're stuck on their image. It could be somebody who's concerned about finances. Okay, that's an obsession too, worried about money. All right, there's some sort of codependency you have, right? Codependency comes in many forms. It can be an outside validation. Like somebody's codependent on outside validations, right? Like you don't need that. You need the internal validation. Right? These binds that you have that you think that somebody has on you, they're not. They're within yourself. You got to break the binds that you placed on yourself. Some barrier that you have. You're stronger and more capable than you think of. And not to worry about anything negative happening, because if you worry about that, then you're going to manifest it. All right. So you want to think positive here. And you have the Three of Cups, so it's going to be a pretty joyous month, right? This is also, I'm feeling for some of you guys, it's like mothers and daughters coming together. So like your mom and sisters all going out and having like a few drinks together, a movie night, a girls' night. For you guys, it would be a guys' night. It could be playing Nintendo, some Mario Kart. Could be going out and paintball or go-karts. Girls, I would recommend go-karting. It's pretty fun. Laser tagging, that's pretty fun. It could be high tea, something I could see that Gemini's enjoying. You do want to watch your drinking though, okay? Like overindulging with the Devil card there. You don't want it to get out of hand. And please don't drink and drive as well. I don't know why that came through. Watch the overindulging and stuff. All right, you guys. Hopefully that really helped you out. Definitely, work-wise, go after what you want. Your creative projects. Some of you need to have the courage to go forward in it. Don't worry about finances. Everything will come together. And if at any point you're confused or you're stuck, you want to step back and you want to try to get centered. You want to try to connect with your higher self, your inner compass, your guidance, your feelings. You want to get in tune with your feelings. That definitely is going to help you out. All right, you guys, namaste, and I will talk to you mid-months. Ciao for now.